Good. So this is about a website I built in WordPress, and it's called Ferns of Macaronesia. And this is Macaronesia. It's a collection of 4 archipelagos. This is Africa. Can you see my mouse going around? This is Africa and this is Iberia. So they're sitting in the Atlantic. They're all very famous, I think, to English people as holiday destinations. They're volcanic islands in the sea, so the weather mostly comes from America, I think, and it drops its rain on these islands. So they tend to be quite wet, and because they're sitting in the Atlantic, their climate is ameliorated. It doesn't get very hot or very cold, and these are the things that ferns like. So in these islands, you have quite a lot of ferns. Madeira has about 77 ferns, and the whole of the UK has about 50. And the UK is about 300 times the size of Madeira. So you can see that there are quite a lot of ferns. So when we get to the first screen, this is just a list of all the ferns that you can find. And if I edit this page, we will see, hopefully, that there's a title and an attribution, and the rest of it is done by shortcode. And this shortcode is shortcode for TablePress, which is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. So if I go into TablePress, this is what it looks like. So you can add, this shows you all the tables. Table was that? Was it table 3? Was it 3?
3.
3?
3, fern list.
Right. No, it wasn't 3.
You just clicked on 4. No.
Oh, right. Yeah, I did. You're quite right. Well done. So this is number 3. So you can see this is the preview. This is what it looks like without any CSS. If I edit it, this is what it looks like inside WordPress. And these are just links. And here's a bit of, this does a bit of a pop-up. So if I go back here, if I click on that, it pops up. This is recorded in error. So this is TablePress, and you can import tables into TablePress either from Excel or CSS or even HTML. So you don't have to create them. You can just create them easier, or you might have them already and just import them. TablePress, the bloke who writes it is very helpful. It's very good support, and he'll always get back to you, if you need help. If I click on one of these, we get to the main page. This is what each individual page looks like. The top bit here is breadcrumbs chucked in by Yoast. This is a bit of paging that I think I found some code, and then Herb helped me put it in so we can page forwards and backwards. And as you can see, the layout of each page, or most of the firm pages, is the same. There's a heading, and then there's 3 tables here. This is just a table that gives its scientific name and its attribution. And then there's something about whether it's native or endemic and its ploidy level. And then this table says which islands you can find it on. And there's some pictures, and then there's loads of pictures. Then there's a Google image search, and then there's location data from this external organization called GBIF. And these dots say this is where you can find it in the world. If I edit this page, you can see that all there's in it is the heading and the images, and the rest of the stuff is being put in by a plugin, by code. And the reason we do that is because each page looks very similar. And when I started coding it, I was putting this in by hand, and so I said to Herb, is there a way that I can do this programmatically? And so he came up with it. And if I can find the table, what this table looks like, yeah, I think it's this one. So it's got all the data in it. It's got the archipelagos, these are codes for the islands, and then it says whether you can find it there or not. And there's, if I show you the edit this thing, the pink things are, they're in it, in the code, but they're hidden, so that's why they don't show. And the first two, the heading is called archipelago, and the second one is island. Now, this is, these are extensions that he has for TablePress. Can you still see this?
Mm.
So this one's called row filtering, and what it does is just filters out special rows depending on what you tell it. So if you sort of say filter with word 1 and word 2, it's only going to show you those bits of the table that have word 1 and word 2 in. So I'm using this. I'm not showing, as you can see, I always show the first 2 lines, but this line is specific to this fern. The if I can drive to, can you see this page?
No.
I've gone to code, or I have to
No.
stop sharing, reshare. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the code for adding stuff, and we've got something we're dealing with, the content and the post, and the content in our case is just these pictures. And so I say, if you can't find it already, if it's not already in there, add this bit of shortcode. And if the table ID 2 isn't there, add that shortcode, and add that shortcode. And we're just saying content equals table.content, which adds this table, this code, before the content. So this is why oh, there's a bit I haven't explained. This is a bit where why it's putting the tables above the pictures. Now I go on to, this is a bit of Google search code that I've stuck in after the pictures. So this just goes off to Google and searches on the title for that fern. And then there's a bit of gobbledygook here, which goes off to some JavaScript and adds in the data for the location maps. So I have to stop sharing and go back to here. So this is why at the bottom of the pictures you can see the Google image search, and if I click on that, it just goes off to Google with this name of the fern and shows you what Google thinks this fern is. Google quite often gets it wrong because people have put them up wrong. And this goes off to this place called GBIF, and it just sort of finds where the ferns exist. You can page in this, so you can actually look at it and find it throughout the whole world. But the idea is it defaults it, and you can zoom in so you can actually see whereabouts it thinks you'd find it on the island. We're here. I think it's saying you find it almost everywhere. So how many fuzzy ducks have you put up?
We've had Fuzzy Duck. Ducky Fuzz is on his way.
All right. So the only other thing is this stuff we did to create a category called islands, and that's used for, I think, Ferns by Island. So that when we put that in, then we have to build that up, and then WordPress will do this stuff automatically. So I can click on the Azores, and it will say, oh, here's the Azores, and here are all the ferns you see on the Azores. And this is something, and if we went to an island, Gran Canaria, 47 ferns, here's Gran Canaria, and these are the ferns. And this is done by setting up a category called islands, and then we had another plugin so that we could default a lot of the data into it.
What plugin was that you used to load them up?
I forget.
Well, you got it in your plugin list.
Yeah, I could have a look. If we go to here and then I edit this page, you will see, I hope you see, oh yeah, you see, here's this category that we created. I'm painting on the wrong one. And here they are, here are the islands. So it says that in the Azores you can find this in Fayal, Flores, Graciosa and Pico. But I didn't do this bit by hand. This bit was done by extracting the data from the Excel spreadsheet and then putting it into this plugin. And I forget what the name, Herb wants me to tell you the name of this plugin. I think is it category import reloaded, this one?
Right.
Yeah, this plugin allows you to create bulk categories and taxonomies with a custom input format. So you can build these all up, since I had all this data in Excel, and then put it in here and it builds it all up for you, so you don't have to do it by hand. And I think that's about it. Unless there's any questions.
Is that a custom theme or is it something downloaded from the WordPress site?
Sorry, what?
The theme, is it a custom theme or
Oh, no, this is the 2016 theme.
Okay.
It has a child theme, but it's
right.
basically 2016.
Any more questions?
I can go to bed now, Herb, can I?
No, it's your have your party.
A
Birthday party.
This is it.
That's lovely. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. That's Ferns of Macaronesia, using TablePress and other plugins and some handcrafted gobbledygook. Is that what you said?